back is like the day pack detaches from the main pack. So you don't have to carry everything all at once all the time if you have a secure place to leave your bag, like a locker, or if you're staying with a friend or whatever the options are. So it's easy enough. All you do is pull on the red cable, and then the day pack completely detaches, has its own straps that you can adjust and everything. And then the main pack also turns into a duffel, which is pretty much only really convenient on a plane if you do decide to check your pack in. Take this out of the bottom, put everything together, easy, easy, takes no time at all. That way, if you're checking your luggage, all the little straps and things won't get caught into like, you know where they take the bags on, I don't know what it's called, the carousel. Yep. Won't get caught in anything, nothing will get damaged. It has little things you can compress with, so it's convenient, I like it.
Awesome.
So that's my pack.
Cool.
Yeah, what's good is that once you turn it into duffel mode and close all the straps and everything, they're not really looking too much at how much the weight is.
Yeah.
Usually they're eyeballing how big your pack is.
Okay.
So the nice thing about that is it gets so small and compressed looking that they don't even bother to ask you how much it weighs or to place it into the thing to test the size because it just looks compact. So you can really get away with it a lot. Honestly, I've been walking, we went all around China and all around the other day with the day pack and the pack together. And you know how I feel it. As long as you have everything set up, you want to make sure that all, you know, your hip straps are directly on your hip bone, right in the middle. You want to make sure the straps on your shoulders aren't pulling too far down. You got to set it up right. Once it's on your back right, it's kind of more of a workout than anything else. You'll feel tired at the end of the day, but you won't feel pain, like back pain, shoulder pain. If you're feeling any kind of sharp pains, you're not wearing the pack right. So you definitely want to go into an REI or some kind of store and they will easily explain to you and show you exactly what you want to do, which straps you tighten first, second, last.
How much for the bag?
The pack total, this one, I think it was about $150, but okay. I did get it during the sale, so I don't know how much it is normally. So, but you should get your pack on a day that there's a sale or something like that. You'll save a lot of money. I brought you pretty much pack for a week. So underwear is something that, female underwear is something that gets really small. Oh, yeah. So I can get away with carrying like 7 pairs of underwear without taking up really any room at all. Yeah. And then I took about 5 or 6 shirts, like just tank tops and t-shirts and things, like about 4 pairs of shorts, 4 pairs of sock, and 1 dress. I brought like one nice, it's like a thin material though, but I didn't know exactly what we were going to be doing. I figured one of the days you'd want to do something nice. So.
Do you guys plan, how do you plan to do your laundry? Do you plan?
Probably on like a weekly thing, or like if we can find where it comes
whenever we come by somewhere where we can do the laundry.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So if we only have a couple dirty things, but we just happen to be in a place that has washer and dryer right there, then obviously we'll take advantage of that. If not, we did pack enough things that you'll get by a week without like really needing to run to a laundromat like in a panic or anything like that.
And what do you do if it's cold? Where's your jacket?
Oh, the jacket is actually in one of my compression sacks. It's not a thick jacket since we knew we were coming to Thailand. So it's pretty much just a windbreaker that's water resistant, so in case there's some torrential downpour, we're not going to immediately get soaked. And the bag is also water resistant.
What kind of windbreaker was
that? It's a Columbia brand. Okay. But I don't know the name of the actual style, but it's one of the thin, it's just mesh on the inside and then that water resistant material on the outside.
When you guys went to China or airplane, was it any cold?
I was fine on the airplane. In China, I did get cold. Thankfully, Corey had brought cold weather clothes. I didn't think about the fact that it was snowing in China. So he did let me borrow one of his jackets. He had gloves.
We brought extra gloves, jackets, hats, stuff like that. And then after the trip, we just got rid of it.
We left it.
Yeah.
Okay. So we gave away the jackets, gave away the gloves, gave away the hat, the scarf, and all that because we're not going to need it for the rest of our trip. So that was only weight we had for the first part, and then you lose it. Okay, shoes is a big question for a lot of people because you kind of start thinking about packing to go out or I guess on a trip. So you're thinking, oh, I need dress shoes and I need sneakers and then I need sandals and then I need... No, don't do it. So for this trip, I brought 1 pair of shoes. And when I get to the island, I'm going to buy a pair of cheapy flip-flops that I am going to throw away and not take home. So as far as the shoes I got, these are from Blackhawk Wear. They're men's shoes, but they fit my foot actually perfectly. The only thing is I recommend wearing higher than ankle sock because this will rub you. These are great for trail running. They're really lightweight. They have padding inside. It's pretty much one of like the best tactical shoes that I could recommend to people. The only downside with these shoes is they're mainly for trail running and more of like a tactical type stuff. You don't really want to take these into water because they will take a long time to dry since they have that extra padding at the bottom of your foot. But if you're going to a place where you know you're going to do a lot of walking, so let's say you're going to go check out some temples, you're going to go through a market, you're going to do something like that where you know you're not going to be crossing rivers, these are perfect. They're incredibly comfortable.
Did you try them on before you left? Or?
I actually, before I left the trip, yes. I ordered them online, so I didn't try them on before ordering them.
Okay.
But I just used a conversion chart to make sure I would get the size right, going from men's to women's.
Okay.
And then, tried them on before I went. I went on 3 or 4 10-mile runs before just to make sure that they would get broken in completely for the trip. And then I'm not worried about it. 1 month in these shoes, I've already run miles in them, so
cool.
they'll be good.
Awesome. Thanks.
And these are the Vibrant Merrels. And I actually went backpacking with these last year, so they're a little worn out because I went backpacking in Europe. However, I have found these have been my favorite pair of shoes, and they have definitely lasted the longest. The quality is so good. They're barefoot shoes, so they, you don't get that support that you would get with other shoes maybe, but I like that personally. I like the flat kind of walking, and I found these shoes to just be the best shoes I have ever had.
But they're extremely light, right?
Yeah, and they're also really lightweight, and they're waterproof, so you can go kayaking in them. You can cross streams and rivers in them, and they'll be fine. And they're also machine washable.
That's the only shoes you brought.
Yeah, these are the only shoes. Last time when I went backpacking to Europe, I brought my dress shoes and flip-flops also. And this time I just chose to bring these. I actually tossed the dress shoes, and the flip-flops I kept, but I never wore them really. I always wore my Vibrams. So, and they also have the 5 fingers, but these I find are a lot better than Merrel Vibrams.
I brought a hat on my trip. You don't really have to, but I prefer hat over sunglasses usually. So it kind of personal preference.
So you didn't bring any sunglasses?
I did bring a pair of really cheap, light, no-name brand, nothing cool about them sunglasses.
Okay.
But I prefer to wear a hat. So that's pretty much the only reason why I brought
Can
this.
you put it on?
The correct way? Or?
Yeah.
The correct way. I tend to wear it backwards, but that's just because
Awesome, thank you. So what did you choose to bring on the 1 month trip?
So my 1 month trip, this was mainly like a filming kind of adventure. So a lot of the items that I chose to bring, not everyone would want to bring because they are heavy and camera related. So as far as what I carry on me constantly in my day bag, not this, I'm returning that. I have a GoPro Hero 3. So that doesn't really weigh much at all, but it takes really good quality video, so it's fantastic. Right now it's attached to a Steadicam, so this basically stabilizes the camera, it gets a better shot and everything. So to me it's worth the weight, even though it is one of the lightest options you can buy. I took one wallet, a good one that closes securely, you don't have to worry about anything.
What kind of wallet is that?
Actually this is a pack-safe wallet, so the nice thing that I like about this one is it keeps your passport and all your credit cards safe from anyone that might have those scanners. So if you want a better look.
So open it. Cool.
So this will keep anything. If your passport has an emblem like this on it, then it is at risk to be to have the information stolen.
The wireless the wireless scanning of credit.
Yeah. So you never know if someone's gonna have that. You don't really know. So it's better to be safe. It's worth the money. I feel like to have something that you know would be secure. I also took my Hero 2. I have it attached to an extender.
Awesome.
Another filming thing. And it's very, very light, and like I said, it extends and it's good for packing. I chose to bring, this is a solar panel. Most of the things that I'm going to be doing are on an island or in a jungle, so outlets aren't exactly something that you're counting on coming across. So the nice thing, this is the, I don't know if it's pronounced juice, but it's JOOS orange solar panel. Works excellent. It charges in no time at all. It has
this is the best one.
This was in terms of you're gonna pay a little bit more for this one of this size.
Okay.
Its next competitor is the Goal Zero one.
Yeah, I heard.
The Goal Zero is good, but this holds a charge a lot longer than the Goal Zero solar panel.
So there's a battery in the pack?
No, actually the way this one works, it's just a solar panel and it stores energy like easily. So most of them you need direct sunlight.
Yeah.
This one's good because even if it's overcast, it'll still take in charge.
All right.
And you know what it's doing? It has a really easy to read monitor. If it blinks, like depending on the number of blinks, it tells you how full the battery is. And you can still charge devices while it's pointed at the sun. So it doesn't need to be completely charged to charge your devices. So it's definitely, I just keep it in this case so it doesn't get scratched.
Cool.
Yeah, for me it's worth it. It's one of the heavier things in the pack, not crazy heavy, but it's definitely heavier than the Goal Zero one. And that's it for the day pack.
We have a couple other essentials. We have the converter for travel and also this strip. It's called a Monster Power Strip, and it has 4 outlets on it, and it actually folds up like this. And when you take this thing off, it'll just plug right in and fit really tight in there. Always carry a headlamp with you, and then also. I brought my iPhone 5 with me, and I actually got this case for it. It's completely waterproof. It's made by Lifeproof, so it's a pretty cool little case. You could go snorkeling with it or whatever, and it's completely waterproof.
The other option would be what I chose to. We kind of did half and half. So he took his phone, which is great because that's what he wanted to do for this trip. If you don't want to bring a phone, another alternative would be to get a throwaway. So we decided to do that. So this is our little. Pay-as-you-go. Basically, you put you put a good little chunk of minutes. So good, his phone will connect to Facebook, so we can get the numbers we need. And then the little throwaway is good for dialing because it's a local number, so you're not paying any kind of crazy international charges.
So how much did you pay for that phone?
Total in US dollars, it was only about $30.
Cool.
So I mean, it's worth it to have for a month, so you can get in touch with the people you meet, plan rides out. You'll save money in the long run. So.
And then in addition to the GoPros, we also have a travel camera. I use a low pro case, and I have a couple lenses in here as well. They're just little manual focus lenses, but this is the cool camera. It's a Sony RX5, and it has this flip screen, which is really convenient. And I have this wide angle lens on it. It's a Sony 10-18 lens, and this just came out a couple months ago.
And is this for work related, or is it just like a hobby? Are you guys going to use it?
Oh, this? Yeah. I mean, hopefully one day it'll go there. But right now, it's a little more than a hobby.
Okay. It's
a step up from a hobby, but it's a step below a professional job, I suppose.
So what did you choose to bring?
As far as inside the pack, let's see. Nice thing about this pack is, hang on,
hold on.
Surprise. The nice thing about this pack is it's very easy to keep things organized. So it comes with 2 little pouches here, so you can just put things that you know you're going to pull in and out a lot. Yeah. I have a first aid kit, a little small first aid kit.
Is there any particular you brought in the first aid kit? Or?
No, you know what? I picked it up from REI for about like $3.99 or something like that. It comes with a couple bandages, alcohol pads, a little bit of gauze, and like I think 1 or 2 little other things in there, but
cool.
All sterile and everything. And then I put all of my clothing into these compression sacks.
Okay.
These are little 10-liter compression sacks. There's pros and cons, obviously. The pro would be, there's a lot of clothes in here.
All right.
I mean, not an extensive amount, but this is like for a month. And then compresses down to this really convenient little ball size.
Cool.
Downside is, if you're going to be doing things that require, I guess, nicer clothing, you hopefully have a place with an iron because this will wrinkle up your clothes. So just keep that in mind if you're choosing to go with compression sack. Mm-hmm. Corey chose to take a cube.
I have packing cubes, so it doesn't compress them as much. I just roll my clothes up and fit them in there, and they generally stay wrinkle-free for the most part.
Yeah, because the air isn't being pushed out.
So I noticed you have 2 different compression sacks there.
Yeah, this one, I'm kind of wishing that I had bought, stayed with these that stay more in a cube shape.
Yeah.
These are from, I think it's Tool Gear. Or Granite Gear, excuse me. These are both Granite Gear 10-liter sacks.
Those are the ones you want to get.
I recommend these. It's nice because they are water resistant.
Okay.
I mean, the REI one is also water resistant, but the difference is these have the roll top. See if I can pull it out without I'm doing everything. Here, you talk about something while I do this.
Okay, so it actually rolls, so it's watertight, or?
Here, there you go, you can see it.
Oh, there you go.
The top will roll,
Mm-hmm.
close, and that way it makes it pretty much twice as much water resistant than this one. This one only has a drawstring that shuts it,
Yeah.
and then the cover. So it is a little water resistant, but it's easy for water.
Yeah, I noticed there's a different in shape.
Yeah, and honestly, it's not as convenient as I wanted it to be. If I had a luggage case, this would be really convenient, but in a backpack, I'm kind of wishing I stuck with the more cube shaped, just to keep everything narrow. But if I turn it on its side, it does fit nicely. I brought this Cocoon brand travel pillow.
Okay.
Most people don't need much to sleep. The only thing I need to sleep a good night is a pillow. I really could sleep on the ground, I don't care. As long as I have a pillow, everything's fine. So in my case, I found it important to bring this. Gets in a really small size. Once inflated, it's about 13 by 17.
Okay.
So it's a decent sized pillow, actually. This is my camera bag, so more camera stuff.
And then what is that? The
This?
big rod there.
This big rod that sticks out, this is another piece of equipment. This is called a GoPole.
For the GoPros.
It's for the GoPro. Yeah, I'm on the GoPro train. So this is, you put your GoPro Hero on the top of this. Very easy, clear, so it doesn't mess up any of your shots. You'll see it, but it's not as intrusive as a big metal black pole.
Okay.
And it floats, which is one of the reasons I have my dive housing in this camera bag for my Hero 3. So I don't have to worry about anything in the water. It's clear, you won't see it. If you go surfing and fall, you don't have to worry about losing your camera.
So you can go scuba diving with it, or?
Yeah, absolutely.
We will be going scuba diving. We're taking a 3-day course on one of the islands, and we're going to get our scuba certificates, and we will be filming the whole thing with our GoPros while we're doing that.
The Hero 2, I have the dive housing for Hero 2. It keeps it watertight up to 60 meters,
Okay.
I believe it is. And then the Hero 3 do not have dive housing, but I do have the waterproof housing. I know it doesn't dive as deep, so depending on how far we go, it might just be the Hero 2 on the dive adventure. But
So,
should be good.
What's the other?
Which
yeah,
one?
that one.
Oh, this?
Yeah.
This is a Gorilla Pod, so this is our tripod that we chose to bring.
And then this ball head is ball head X, and it's the best one you can get for the Gorilla Pod. And this is more for like a heavy duty camera generally. They make smaller ones, but this is the
They do make the same company, Gorilla Pod. It looks exactly like this, but smaller. This one, it's just durable, so we knew we were going to be in more of like a jungle setting on those islands. So we wanted to be able to wrap it around tree branches and have it really stay secure for a really stable shot without worrying about it. So in my case, I chose to go ahead and take on the extra weight. If you're not going on a trip that's film-based or photography-based, you don't need to bring something that's as heavy as this. You'll regret it.
So what do you do for storage of the GoPros when the camera is full?
Oh, okay. So Corey brought his MacBook Air, and then all of the GoPros record onto either a micro SD card or the regular, SD card, which will slip right into his computer.
You can plug them into the MacBook Air, and then it will back up all the pictures.
Yeah. So we upload everything, back it up, and then I'll wipe the memory card from my camera, and then so it's ready for another use. And when the battery dies, I do have one extra battery for each camera. And even if those camera dies, I have my solar panel, which will go ahead and charge my camera.
And you brought the iPad, or?
I did bring an iPad. I didn't have to bring it since he did bring his laptop, but it's like a 16-hour flight, so I'm kind of glad that I was able to kind of flip through some comic books and.
What cover are you using?
Okay, this cover. This isn't the one I keep it on all the time, but this one's good for travel. It's a lot more heavy duty than the other covers.
Okay.
Flip shut, magnetizes shut, so it's not gonna do something crazy if I go nuts. And then that's pretty much it. There's nothing too crazy about the cover. I do trust it more than the ones that snap on. But this, I guess. This is just a really light mesh case. I didn't want to take anything bulky, so it weighs nothing pretty much. All of the cables all together. I can see them through the mesh. I know immediately if I'm missing something. Keep everything together. You don't want to end up leaving cables hanging out in your pack or misplacing, oh no, what did I do with this one, because you decided to switch it out and put it somewhere else. A lot easier if you get one light case, keep everything together. So to go into a little bit more detail, other than the extender pole, the clear GoPro and the GorillaPod tripod, and obviously the Hero 2 and the Hero 3 itself. What I chose to bring into my camera bag, I have this. Basically what it does is it'll allow you to make panoramic 360-degree shots while you leave it. So if I wanted to do like a time lapse, this is perfect because you can either put it on top of your mount. It has a tripod mount on there built in, and on the top, and you get the tripod mount for the GoPro, attach it to the top, set up the timer and leave it. Other alternatives were to be to use like a kitchen timer, and kind of make your own, but I already have this one, so there's this. I brought the dive housing, which I mentioned before. Extra clips to attach to mounts. I have a solid back door, which does provide waterproof for both cameras. The nice thing is the back doors are still interchangeable, even though the camera cases themselves are different sizes between the 2 and the 3. So you really only need to bring, let's say, one of each. So unless you're planning on going in the water, I guess with both. But one solid back door, one dive housing, extra mounts. These are adhesive. So it's something that you're going to want to, I'm going to end up losing, let's say, if we were to do this. But they do sell like grab bags of mounts for a really reasonable price. So it's not the end of the world to let this, go.
Okay.
I have the head mount.
Cool.
Top of your head, attach the GoPro very easily. Let's see. This is a solid for the Hero 3 that allows me to attach my LCD screen, which I did also get. Oh, right now it's on my, I was like, where's the screen? It's attached to my camera right now, but this is the case that it comes in. This is the back door you put on the housing to allow it to go with the LCD screen.
Okay.
Downsides to that, it eats up your battery. So if you don't have a way to charge your camera, or something like the solar panel that you can charge it on the go, or an extra battery, I would recommend going without the LCD screen, only because you're not going to have enough juice to make it through your trip. Same thing, this is the waterproof housing for the LCD screen, an extra solid back door. And right now, both of the cameras have the skeleton housings on the back, which allow you to hear pretty decent audio considering that there's no external microphone attached to either camera. You're not going to get great audio, but you'll be able to hear what's going on and what people are saying. And if you're just trying to make a good memory for your trip, I mean, it's good. The skeleton back door is really effective for that. And that's it. I brought my SD cards. I have this is for the Hero 3. Remember that the Hero 2 and the Hero 3 memory cards are not interchangeable, so you do need to bring one of each if you need extra memory. Okay. So these require a micro SD card for the Hero 3, and then a normal SD card for the Hero 2. And then I have extra screws just in case. This is what you use to attach your either camera to any mount whatsoever. So I brought about 3 of these because I don't really know what's going to happen, and if I lose these, I'm not going to be able to attach my camera to anything. So it was worth it for me.
Awesome.
That's about it. That's pretty much it for the camera.
Why did you bring 2 Hero cameras? Why didn't you just bring 1?
In a lot of situations, for example, let me think of one. It takes a while to take those screws off and switch your camera between housings. So what I do always is I leave my Hero 2 attached to the extender pole, and then I leave the Hero 3 attached to my stabilizer. So that way, if, for example, we were in the Forbidden City, and we only had a limited amount of time there. At the end, we actually did have to run out to make sure we caught our flight and everything. So we'd see something that we wanted to film, but it would take too long to stop, open up your pack, take out the equipment, take off the screw, switch housings, too long. So with 2 Heroes, or more than one of the Hero 3s, we were able to really easily, lightly, compactly take both cameras at the same time, and when we wanted to get a shot that would require the extender pole, whip that out, extend it, get what you need, and then go right back to the stabilizer with the Hero 3. So it made everything a lot more convenient for being on the go, and you don't have the time to sit down and open up your pack and deal with all of that. Look at this boat making a U-turn. Yeah. No way.
Oh my gosh.
Look at it. Making a U-turn in the waterway.